We've talked about Deni Avdija. We've talked about Tamani Kamara, Klingen, in year 2, adding a Drew Holiday. So I'm going to go here. I feel confident they at least get to this 30-ish win total, with the possibility of other injuries in the West or something like that going a little higher. So I like Portland here with my second pick.
I mean, look, we've talked a lot about the Blazers. I really like this Blazers team. It's very similar to, if you're a team that doesn't really have like a superstar, right? And like really might not have an all-star. We'll see what Denny can become. We'll see what Scoot can become, what Shaden, can become. He looks great so far in preseason. It's not dissimilar from how I would try to build a team, just like defense first, really try and, muck the game up, be physical. We saw that from them late in the season last year in a really impressive way. So I get it. I do like this. I like the idea of this at least.
So here's the deal. Really like both of your picks, Bryce. 2 projected 30 mid-30s teams, a lot of room to go over. Really like both of your picks, Sam. Both of those, both the Philly under and the Golden State over are good bets. And I like your guys' picks so much. I'm kind of hating mine, which is just not good draft strategy. So this is one of those things where because you get the 1 pick, you're stuck then also getting the 6th best pick. So I don't know if it's just good signs for your draft if you like everybody else's picks more than yours already through 2 rounds of a draft. But I'm on the spot now, and I guess on the clock now, and I have to take 2 different picks. I guess I'll do it. I will take the Atlanta Hawks over, and I have the same thoughts, Bryce. I have them as around a 50-win team, I believe, in this conference. Yeah, but I have them as a 51-win team is when I did all the numbers out. I have the same thoughts about or projections about what they did with their roster. I remember what they were when Jalen Johnson was healthy last year, how much of a pain they were to play, putting Trey with a stretch 5, however healthy Porzingis is this season. You need some second half shooting continued, the continued success that they got from Dyson Daniels and Risa Shea. I'll go with the Atlanta Hawks with an over on 46.5. That'll be my first pick here.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, I mean, we know Bryce likes it. I like it. Like, I think it's fine. I don't know what the upside is on this one. Like, I feel like they're probably going to be like it. I think I would say at best, like probably 50, right, Bryce? Like, yeah, we don't think they win like 52, 53, do we?
That's the ceiling. But no, I'm probably a 50 win. Like, I think there's a 50 win potential team here. But yeah, that's probably so. But that's what? That's still 3.5 points if they get there. Yeah. 4.5 points. So,
and also to Andrew's point, like barring a Trae Young like catastrophic injury or something, the upside or the downside here, I think, is pretty limited. Like they're going to win 40 games, like for sure, as long as Trae's healthy, I think. So I do like that. I think I like this pick. Yeah. This is on my list, at least.
You guys could just say that it stinks if you want to. Like,
no, between I know. I would have taken them next.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Would not have taken them next, but on my list.
Look, there is a chance that I'm just setting up like I'm tanking in this draft, and it's okay. Like, do we have a punishment for who finishes last, or can I just try to finish last and say, look how impressive it was that I finished 30 points behind both Bryce and Sam. Look, I'm staring at a team that they're the biggest question mark for me because the internet is a thing and it keeps telling me things. So the Boston Celtics are at 40.5. It came out today that Jason Tatum has informed the Celtics he wants to play at the end of this season. I do not like the talent on this roster. Everything we all discussed last week when doing their over-under, and both of you went under, and I had the word under written on my cheat sheet all week in preparing for that pod. And then a video came out the morning of the pod, and it was Jason Tatum looking like he was a week away from playing again. And I was like, that's not a guy that's going to miss the next 6 months. I will say, I do think Jason Tatum, based off of everything I've read about when he got the surgery and the advancements in modern medicine and how you can heal an Achilles quicker, I think he will be like medically cleared to play sometime late March, after like actually practicing with the team and doing scrimmages for like 2 straight months. There is a world he could come back and play. The problem is, I don't think this team's going to be at all good enough. And I think that fact that they are so close to, like, they will probably want to make another move to avoid the tax come deadline to make them even worse. And like the Sixers last year, where a team thought they were going to be contending and then suddenly is now going the other way with it, you go full Portland pivot. So I think I will take the Boston Celtics under 40.5 because there is a chance that even against Jason Tatum's wishes, and it would be an accomplishment for him to come back less than like 6 months later and be on the court. I think this is a year the Celtics take a step back and potentially explore what it's like to be in the lottery again, which there's some room under 40.5 wins in order to do that. So I'll take the Boston Celtics under 40.5.
Love it.
I think the big key that you said there is that they probably are going to try to move guys to get under the tax.
Yeah.
Right. Like the fact that this team is probably not going to be as talented as what it is right now come February is like an important part of taking this under. It creates a little bit more variance, I think, for them. Like, I think that this team is presently constructed is probably right around this number, but there's like real floor there. Like they could end up at like 28, 29 wins if, Jaylen Brown gets hurt and they like really tank, and like they could really, really fall off. Like, again, if Derek White or even Jaylen Brown get hurt, like if one of those two guys go down, like it's a real problem for them. The more I think about this, the more it's a high variance pick. It's not dissimilar from what I did with Philly, but there's some real upside, I think, for you.
Yeah.
Bounce back pick. I'll take it.
All right. I'm going to go with one that if their second best player was fully healthy right now and not on social media shooting with his left hand instead of his right hand, I think would have been selected already. I'm going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder here. And I realize this is a huge number already for a team, but as we talked about, this is a team that has the potential to go and win upper 60s, as we saw last year.
And you're taking the over, to be clear, right?
Absolutely clear. That we saw win upper 60s last year. And honestly, I may have taken him earlier, but I just saw that, like, I'm a little nervous, like, when does J-Dub start playing? But if there's ever a roster to like work through it and figure out, which we saw last year with their big man situation, it is the Thunder. So I will go very happily with the Thunder here in the third round. Whatever round, Braun. I think it's the third round. My third pick.
Bryce spiked me again. Disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. You've done this to me. I was going to take the under. I was going to take the over here. Look, Chet and Hartenstein both missed a ton of time last year, and they were still at like 66 or whatever. Yeah, I think this team has a chance to win like 68 or so, like pretty easily.
68 last year. Like this is they had all that time missing, and they're a juggernaut. I endorse this pick. Well done, Bryce.
Thank you.
Even more so,
it's a great pick.
That it went right through Sam's back.
Oh, yeah. I knew that also. Don't think that wasn't part of the strategy here.
Absolutely stabbed me in the heart. Okay.
Raleigh's secretly making these picks just to piss Sam off.
Yeah, right. Like, what are we
obviously
doing here? Okay. This gets hard now. This gets very difficult.
Ayo.
I don't like this at all. I don't like where I'm at. Not happy with Bryce at this point. Okay. I'm going to go, and I feel bad about doing this because I really like the way this team like constructs things and goes about it and everything. It's really just an injury concern for me. I don't know if they're going to be like catastrophic. It's just, I think there is like real downside if things like turn poorly for them. Man, this is a bad idea. I'm not doing this.
You want to talk it out?
So I was thinking about Memphis is under, right?
I was staring at it too. Yeah.
Just because Ja's already out, Jaren is injured, Zach Edey is injured, Brandon Clark is injured, like
the West.
But the thing is that
they have Cam.
When Jaren and but when Jaren and Ja are healthy and they're playing together, this team's going to be good, I think. And if they play like 55 games together, they probably win 32 of those games, right?
Ty Jerome looked awesome all the other night, by the way, too, Sam. Like, awesome.
Right. So, like, in the other games, there would be what, like 27 games? They'd have to win 8 out of 27, right? Which is like 8 and 19. It's incredibly low. Man. All right. I'm going to take the under for the Pelicans. Let's go there.
There you go.
We'll start.
Wait, so we did all of that and you didn't? What?
Yeah, we're going under with the Pelicans.
We talked through the Grizzlies and then he just snapped his fingers to the Pelicans.
That's amazing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I decided against it. I did my calculations and I was like, I don't know that this feels right. So I've seen the Pelicans live.
Do they play defense?
No. And look, I saw them without Herb, so I don't want to sit here and say that, I saw them at full strength or anything. Looney did not play a ton of minutes in the game that I saw. I think Looney's actually going to be like, Looney will actually tell the tale. Like, I don't think Willie Green's a bad defensive coach, as I think people, have hit me about on Blue Sky and stuff. Like, that Willie Green can actually like figure out a defense. I think Missy, man, in the game that I saw against Melbourne United, he had like no idea where he was on defense. Like, he was terrible. Consistently got caught in no man's land in ball screen coverages. So that worries me because it says that there hasn't been a lot of growth year 1 to year 2 there. When in reality, like, it's probably the thing that will most tell the tale of his career is he needs to make growth in that respect. He's a great kid. Like, I would expect that it will come at some point, but right now, is what it is. So it's Looney, it's Missy, and then like, I don't know what else they're doing, like at the center position. Like, it's, Carlo Matkovic, maybe you play some small Giannis lineups or small Zion lineups. I'm sorry. Derek Queen is injured right now. And God, when Derek Queen gets out there, it's going to be rough on defense, I think, early on for him. So then you have Jordan Poole, who like doesn't really defend. Trey Murphy looks awesome. The thing that worries me is that both Zion and Trey Murphy look awesome right now. Just like physically, they are jacked. Like, they look ready to go. But I don't see a world where this is a particularly good defense. And if anybody gets hurt, and this is an injury prone team, if anybody gets hurt, it's a real problem for them depth wise. So I think as of right now, as presently constructed, this team would go over, but it's an injury prone team that doesn't have a ton of depth, in my opinion, that is ready to help you win games. So I'm going under on the Pelicans with my next pick, under 30.5.
I like it. That was one of mine as well.
You made that case very strong last Thursday, so I'm not surprised, Bryce. But I'm surprised Sam ended up with it because he was more lukewarm. Like, I was never staring at the Pelicans over, even though I have them hitting the over this year.
Yeah, the problem is that, like, again, if Zion is good, like if Zion's healthy, like they're going to be fine, I think.
Bold I, bold F. If.
Yeah. Pick 10, I'm going to go Wizards under.
Yeah.
As well.
Also on my list.
This team is incredibly young.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to get back into the lottery to find like the guy. They still don't really have the guy. I think Trey Johnson, like, maybe has a chance at that, but like, I don't think he's like the number one guy. I think he's probably like a 2 or a 3. Maybe a 3, honestly. But Trey's like a real dude. Sar, we'll see. Bilal, we'll see. Bub, we'll see. Cam Whitmore might be really exciting this year to get a chance to really play. As we talked about when we did this over under, they don't have a lot at the 4 right now. He could be that power, small ball 4 that I think would be really fun. And on top of that, CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton, they both have bird rights things that I think could keep them in the organization just a little bit longer than what people would expect. But also, they might just be gone. You never know. They might go away at some point and just trade. They might trade those guys or get rid of them. And Corey Kispert as well is another guy that teams I think would look at trade wise as being a real option. So I think this team has a real chance to win 12, 13 games because they are incredibly skinny, not great on defense, just very young, and young teams don't win games. It's not I'm not excited about what they're capable of long-term potentially. It's just that short-term, I think this is probably not going to be a great team.
Yeah, they were one of my teams here. I may just have to stay with over teams just to keep the trend. But I think if you would not have selected them, they would have come up fairly soon for me.
I have a different team that is around where the Wizards over-under is that I'm more considering the under. Yeah, that I'm targeting. We'll see if Bryce takes it from me like he's been doing to you. But yeah, an under on a team like this is not an insane pick at all.
Yep. I'm going to rock overs. And I don't like this at all. And I don't even necessarily like this roster. But this team consistently wins 39 or 40 games. And their over-under right now is 32 and a half. I thought about this. I'm gonna take the Chicago Bulls, and I hate it, and I don't like it, and I hope I'm wrong. But ultimately, at this point, whatever. 3 straight years, Giddey comes in and puts up numbers like he did at the end of last year. I thought Modest looked decent the other day. Kobe White wasn't even playing. What scares me is what does the roster look like post trade deadline? Who do they keep? Who do they not? But they don't always make great decisions. Or heck, they may be buyers at the deadline for all we know. I feel decent with this with my 4th pick. So
no team has ever won between 38 and 40 games 4 years in a row.
Oh, okay. So that means they're going to win 42.
Yeah, they might go over. Who knows?
That's amazing.
That's the rarefied air that the Bulls will be trying to travel in.
They might hang a banner for it. The 4-peat.
The 4-peat of 38 to 40.
The 4-peat that never was their first 4-peat as an organization.
Yeah, I would say right next to the other 3-peats that they have up there. Right. Those banners. Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
All right, Andrew, you're up for your final 2 picks.
Final 2 picks. Let's get this out the way. I agree with everything you said about the Wizards, and that's a very safe pick to take their under. For all of those reasons, as well as that, I strangely enough, because of who their veterans are, don't think they have as much talent as the Wizards. I'm taking the Brooklyn Nets under. It's at 21 and a half, so it's even higher than the Wizards. The only way I think they hit this is because I like their coach a lot, and because I think Cam Thomas is going to be looking to get off that team by sometime in February or January. So he might be getting a lot of points. But I think I mentioned this last week. The fact that they were given this gift of getting their picks back before making the Mikal Bridges trade, and have really rebuilt this in the way that they have, has given them a clear path and identity to be bad. And I will just add one other thing. They're going to be 11th on the list, but we had a portion of the show we talked about Giannis, right? Just not ruling out that if Giannis wants to go to New York, there's another team that may have all the picks that Milwaukee might be interested in. So if the Knicks are out, but Giannis is dead set on New York, the KOC thing about commercial flights to Teterboro is the thing, right?
I don't even know. Is that even like true?
I don't think it is. It is true that like the only place to go directly to Greece is, I guess, through Teterboro, but or I guess it was
like Giannis is flying private. Like
that's commercial. I've never flown to Greece, so I wouldn't know how's the best place to get there from New York personally. So, I think the Nets have a chance to win 12 games this year. There's a world this is as bad as the team that won 12 the year that they drafted Derek Favors and fell in the lottery that year. So I'll take the Brooklyn Nets under. A lot of youth. You mentioned the youth on the Wizards. This one doesn't have a CJ McCollum or a Chris Middleton and just drafted 5 rookies. So a lot of youth. For my last pick, I might as well stick with what I know best. I will take the New York Knicks over.
Like it.
I think 53.5 is the number, but you want to talk about the vibes being somewhat immaculate at the moment in New York. My thought has always been, I think this regular season will be more enjoyable than last year, more exciting than last year. They'll look better than last year. I know it's weird to anybody outside of New York to hear, what are you talking about? Last year looked bad. You won 51 games, got the 3 seed, and had the 5th best offense. Like, we always knew they were going to have defensive problems, and you missed Jalen Brunson for a month. When I tell you how stagnant their offense was and how their path to victory was play close, and then hopefully you can come back and win because Jalen Brunson is outstanding in clutch time, then that there should be, with the offensive talent, other paths to victory than let's eke out wins over teams like Brooklyn, like Washington. And now that there seems to be an offensive system being put in place that will maximize the offense, I think there's a world the ceiling of this team could win 60 games. My concerns about them are that I don't think they fixed their biggest postseason problem, and it's that teams can take advantage of Brunson and Cat in the pick and roll, and a team might do that come playoff time. So with my concerns about them being very much about the postseason, I will make a bet on the Knicks regular season and take the New York Knicks over.
They were one of my high variance teams, GMAC. I actually thought about taking them a little earlier just to take your team from you. I ultimately obviously went some other paths, but they were a high variance team for me. So I like it, especially here in the 5th round.
Okay. Bryce, you're up.
Okay, so this
if
was another
snake. My last team.
Oh, I'm doing it.
I'm rooting for it.
I'm rooting for it.
I'm quite positive I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Indiana Pacers over.
Okay,
okay. Yeah. I don't love the TJ McConnell injury news that came out today. Surprisingly, like that TJ McConnell being hurt, like for this team that's already obviously without Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know. This may be a lesson learned that the good vibes and chemistry can't carry over from one year to the next, especially when your best player is hurt and you lose your stretch big. I'm still just buying into it just because I still think there's a lot of talent. We've talked about Andrew Nembhard. This could be a huge Benedict Mathurin in terms of at least scoring the basketball. Pascal Siakam's still on this team. I love Jay Huff. I don't think there's major upside here. I think they probably get to their win total. And if things do really come together and Nembhard is awesome and McConnell, gets back and is healthy, I think maybe there's a little bit here. So I'm going to go with the Pacers here. Just, I need some good vibes to go along with the Bulls pick I just made.
Okay. So I'll go last here. It's a team we've talked about a lot this summer, a team that we're excited about. I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic over 50.5.
Yep.
I was pretty convinced that this is what you were going to do because we've talked about it a lot.
Thought about it. I think it was a little bit of the ceiling. Probably if I had more time to really discuss it, like, okay, do I feel better about Indiana getting a few more wins than they're at, or Orlando going into the mid 50s? Like, I probably could be talked into it. So they were on my list.
Yeah. I don't feel amazing about this, but I think that the rest of them, I feel just fine about. My big thing is that I see very limited downside with this pick, honestly, just because we know what Orlando does in the regular season. We know that they're going to be very good on defense. Even with Paulo missing 40 games, Wagner missing 25 games, and Suggs missing like 50 games last year. Carter missing 15 games, like Mo Wagner missing most of the season. This team still won 41 games last year. And if they get even remotely lucky in terms of injury, plus with Desmond Bane, I think this team probably wins like 52, 53, 54. But I think more than anything, there's just like kind of limited downside with this one. I'm trying to mitigate my losses given that like Philadelphia could be a pretty catastrophic one for me if they end up being fully healthy. Or it could be like just massive for me. It could like win. Philadelphia is either going to win or lose the draft. Like that's the reality.
I mean, you picked two super high variance teams based on health. Like you get healthy Philly and healthy Pelicans, and you're
my
screwed.
gosh. Yeah, you have Giannis.
Oh, totally.
Not Giannis. You have Embiid and Zion on your teams. Like, and you have them in the right direction too. The under on both. So. You're playing the trends. It's a smart
I'm playing the trends here in terms of what we're doing. But yeah, no, I just think the world of what Orlando is doing right now in terms of just like trying to maximize what they have and maximize the upside swings that they've, taken with Franz and Paulo, and we'll see what happens. Right. And they have defensive infrastructure to be very, very good. Orlando Magic, 50 wins. Let's do it. Over. Okay. Let's recap the draft here. Andrew, you went number 1. You go first and tell us what you picked.
I went Denver over 53.5, Atlanta over 46.5, Boston under 40.5, Brooklyn under 21.5, and the New York Knicks over 53.5.
Bryce.
So with my first pick, I went the Toronto Raptors, who nobody else wanted. So I gladly took them. The over at 37.5. As it came back around, I took the much discussed Portland Trail Blazers over at 33.5. Staying with the over, I took the defending NBA champs at 62.5. Another over, the very predictable average Chicago Bulls at 32.5, and finished off with the Pacers at 38.5. All 5 overs for me.
I feel like I'm the only one that went like aggressive on the unders in this thing. So I have more unders than I do overs. I've got Golden State over 46.5, the 76ers under 42.5. The New Orleans Pelicans under 30.5, the Washington Wizards under 20.5, and then the Orlando Magic over 50.5. We'll have to figure out what we want to do here. We said like dinner at Summer League. I don't know that that's going to be the case because I'll probably just end up paying for dinner.
I was going to say whoever wins, dinner on Sam.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we'll figure out something though. We'll figure out some sort of like punishment. Or victory. Maybe the winner picks dinner at Summer League.
It could just be like a show thing. Like if whoever
I
wins,
have to watch one of your stupid movies if I lose.
Ooh,
you have to watch
and then give.
You can just pull out the Criterion Collection. That's one thing.
And then give my whatever review.
If I
have to open a Letterboxd account.
Yeah, Bryce needs to watch.
Open a Letterboxd.
I'll think about a movie that Bryce needs to watch.
So
knowing
Bryce,
it can't be scary though. No scary movies.
That's fine. I think making Bryce watch The Brutalist and has to do it in one sitting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's
very funny.
That's where it goes. Yeah, The Brutalist.
That's actually a good idea, Andrew.
Yeah. My suggestion was going to be if it's a punishment towards me, I have to do like a show with you guys wearing Yankee gear the entire time, or like full Celtics paraphernalia, or really the Sixer paraphernalia would be the
Hold up, stop.
You don't get to do the intermission either, Bryce.
I'll watch anything I'll do anything other than that. I will 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and there's an intermission that you have to.
What is that? What is an intermission? What?
Like 2 hours and 20 minutes into the movie stops and a thing comes up on screens and says the movie will continue in 20 minutes.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like a Broadway play.
To pee.
I understand, and I've never been to one, as you guys can imagine. And there's
I've also never been to a Broadway play. I've been.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot. Those are like an annual thing for me. I apologize. It's my privilege there.
Did it get good ratings? Is it a good movie?
Was nominated for like 11 Oscars or something.
Yeah, the lead in that, Adrian Brody, won Best Actor. Yeah,
I don't trust.
It's very good. Yeah. It's not like one of the best films ever made, but it's very good, I thought.